Welcome back to the second hour of LoveBabz Love Talk. All right, we got like a 15, 20-minute conversation, Allison.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us.
Welcome back. Hey, Dr. Albert Lee, how are you?
How are you? How are you? Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. All right, y'all got a big concert coming up tomorrow. Tell me about it. St. Nicholas?
It's an exciting concert. We're doing a big piece called St. Nicholas with Dr. Albert Lee, who's right here as the title role. It's a beautiful piece. It's from 1948. And it tells the life story of the saint. And a sort of I believe actually that the composer did believe in the connection between the saint and Santa Claus. He says in the introduction to the piece, that this saint is known to children as in his disguise as Santa Claus. But the way that Britton tells the story challenges us because he really actually delves into the suffering that the saint experienced during his life. We know that St. Nicholas was a real man that lived from 270 to 343 AD. The legends of him, which are told in the piece, are like beautiful and are all about extremes of kindness, generosity, advocating for children. But he also was imprisoned during his life, and Dr. Albert Lee sings a movement, which is St. Nicholas from prison. That piece and the rest of the program are intended to really challenge and celebrate our ideas of the holiday and what and who St. Nicholas is.
All right, this is engaging. All right, so Dr. Lee, tell me about how you're taking this on. And have you done this before?
I have not done this before. This is this is my first time singing this work. I've performed other Benjamin Britten works before. He's a sort of a tricky composer to wrap your ears around for the performers. But this piece for me, when I was asked about it and got to just sort of read through the synopsis and look at the music, I was immediately drawn to it. I am not the most Christmassy person. I love the parties and the gathering of the holidays. I don't enjoy any of the commercialism of the holidays and generally don't participate. And so to take on this role at this time, I think in our country and our world's consciousness is for me is incredibly gratifying to be able to talk about the historic Saint Nicholas and sort of embody principles of generosity and benevolence to one's neighbor and sacrifice for those less fortunate than you. It's something really important. I'll also say that I don't get to sing in New Haven a ton. It's usually maybe once or twice a year. And so this particular performance is a challenging one for me. My mom passed away in July, and so this is my first performance in town without my mom being here. And she would normally sort of have a front row seat to a concert like this, and she won't be there. But the last time I sang in Battelle Chapel, I was a high school student at Notre Dame High School in New Haven, and so to return to that space, to sing this particular work, where the last time I was there, I was doing a Christmas concert as a student at Notre Dame High School, is incredibly full circle, incredibly gratifying, and for it to be with this particular work that has so much gravity and so much, I think, that is important for our community here in New Haven is. It's very gratifying. I am laying low today and laying low tomorrow to get my strength together because it's a bit of a tour de force for Nicholas.
Yes. So, Allison, Greater New Haven Community Chorus. So, how many people in this thing? And then you got some New Haven Public School kids too.
It's true. It's a big sing. We have 110 singers in the choir.
Whoa.
So it's a big choir. It's a non-audition choir, which I love for the beauty of its inclusivity. So we have 110 adults of all ages and all backgrounds. And then we do also have 4 of my students. I teach public school, and I had just told Babz that I'm going to have to get off soon because I take my kindergartners at 10:27. I don't know who made that schedule. But I have 4 young men from the elementary school here singing both the role of young Saint Nicholas and also singing the role of in this opera. The weirdest legend about Saint Nicholas is that he resurrected 3 boys who had been pickled by an evil butcher. So there's a role in the work for 3 pickled boys. You can look, if you look it up, you see a lot of Renaissance paintings of this event in which he saved these children from the forces of evil. And so my students who are ranging in age from 8 to 12 are singing those roles. And then they also are coming back in the second half of the program. One of them is an amazing R&B soloist, and he's going to be singing "I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus." And they're gonna come back on stage to challenge his assertion that he saw Santa Claus.
Oh.
Babz, you have to hear these young people sing. I had to sort of ignore them last night in rehearsal because I needed to stay focused, but I was completely nostalgic because I was them in this city between the ages of 8 and 12, sort of entering the world of classical music, not really understanding at all, but someone thought I had potential and they gave me an opportunity. And so to see these kids nervously and excitedly sort of prepare to perform, for me to see 2 young Black boys specifically in this moment is so incredible. The community needs to see it, needs to hear it, and needs to support these kids as they figure out every possibility that they have with the gifts that they've been given.
Oh, I love it. So, Allison, is there a charge? Is this free to the public? Is there a cost? What is it?
You know, I know what the access ticket price is. If you need a lower price ticket, we have $10 tickets at the door. And then I think there's also some options to pay more than that for your tickets. I hope I'm not getting in trouble for the board for only remembering the access price. It's a little bit of a joke at the choir because I've been asking to do this piece for 3 years, and there was some pushback because of the challenging nature of the piece and the movement, and the music in the piece. Because the music challenges us a little bit. Some parts of it are fun and beautiful. And even have like some aspects of like sleigh ride in them, and then others are very serious. So I finally, this is my 3rd year with the choir. I know last time I got to see you, we were doing the Margaret Bonds oratorio, or maybe cantata, Ballad of the Brown King.
Yeah.
And that was a thrill. But I have been asking about this piece, and I've been thinking about why is it so important to me. And I think as a single mom, I was not fully ready for what it would feel like to tell my 2 girls that they were getting their presents from a white man. And it doesn't feel good all the time. I have to tell you, it's not always a good feeling. And so for me, any way that we can open up that category and understand more broadly what is this person that we imagine is so incredibly generous and so caring and giving that he can love every child in the whole wide world. And for me, like that, that is Albert Lee, that is single moms, all the single moms of the boys who are singing. So for me, the challenging and celebrating this idea is powerful for me as an individual as well.
I know you have to go, but are you the director? Are you directing this whole piece?
I am. I'm directing it and conducting it. It's funny because Britton, the composer, actually he said like this piece needs 2 conductors. So like normally it's performed with 2 conductors, but I actually felt like, like I have 2 hands And the parts with the two conductors are very tricky. And so I actually think it's more secure with one competent conductor and two hands, but it's challenging. It's a challenging piece to conduct. And he says at the beginning of the piece, like this piece is very difficult for the tenor soloist and the conductor. So Dr. Lee and I have done a lot of hard work on it, and it's going to be thrilling on Saturday. But I've spent a lot of late night hours preparing to do it.
Well, I know you have to go. Dr. Lee, can you hang on for a few more minutes, or you have to go too?
Sure, no, I can hang on.
All right, okay.
Thank you, guys. My kindergartners say thank you too. I'm going to go teach my 75th to 100th students of the day. But happy holidays, everybody.
God bless you.
You
Merry
I would love to
Christmas.
see you. Thank
See you tomorrow,
Bye.
Allie.
Thank you for jumping in. All right, so Dr. Lee, this piece is challenging, to say the very least.
It is very challenging. It's challenging for a few reasons. The sort of it's written in what I would call the sort of Anglican liturgical tradition, which is particularly British, and so the sound world is not typical of what we would hear, because it is sort of early 20th century, mid 20th century, if you will. So it's not like Handel's Messiah. It's not like our, sort of Christmas carols. It is very different in that way. It's more somber, more, I would say, darker, and requires the need for reflection. But for me, that's the fun of it. The fun of it is that we're not going to sort of simply do the happy-go-lucky, happy holidays, everybody, but we're going to make you think, and we're going to make you consider how you live your life among people. We're going to challenge you to sort of to not always think of how you can get more, but how you can spread and give and share and be a part of a community where everyone gets a chance to thrive. So, I've loved being reintroduced, I will say, to Saint Nick. I feel like I left Saint Nick a long time ago and decided that I was going to be a good musician during the holidays and sing all of my concerts to make sure that I could pay my bills. But the Saint Nick part, as we know it now, I needed to leave behind. And so to meet him again in this way as an artist, sort of embodying the principles of his life and what he tried to accomplish with how he lived, is incredibly gratifying as an artist, and especially as an artist from New Haven.
Do you like taking on these very hard, challenging pieces? Like, what is that? I mean, do you seek that out, or do you like, okay, here it is, I'm a tackle it?
I have had some incredible teachers in my life. Incredible people who saw my potential and poured into me. I had one teacher in particular when I was a student at Juilliard, and this particular teacher taught ear training, and the whole premise of the class was to make you a better sight reader and to strengthen and organize how you hear music. And ever since taking her class, I will not say how many years ago, because my skin will defy the number that my age says. Ever since her class, I have started to take on more contemporary music, harder music, because I had the tools to be able to achieve it. I will say this, the contemporary things and hard things like this are not necessarily my first love, but the artistic and intellectually curious person in me is always interested in trying to figure out, what is this composer saying? What is this text actually saying? How is this composer using music to illuminate an idea? And how can I bring this all together as me? And how can I pour this message out to people? And so this for me was simply another opportunity. Again, I don't get to sing at home very much, and so this is I think my only contract in New Haven this year. I've got one for February, and so I relish these particular opportunities to expand people's thinking, expand people's consciousness. We don't often think about Black people, Black men specifically, as classical singers, opera singers, and operating in this classical space. It's a space I've lived in since I left New Haven at 17 years old to sort of go pursue, and it's a space I still live in since I returned 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm. So what do you do for the holidays? And if this is the first holiday without your mom, that's challenging. That's still
It
fresh.
it is very fresh. It is tricky. So I have an incredible family. So Christmas Day I will spend with my mom's younger sister and my cousins and my sister. That will be how I spend Christmas Day, and then probably Christmas night or the day after I'm going to disappear for 5 days because it's just been a tough year, and some time for reflection, and some time to prepare for 2025 and new goals and new ideas. But typically the holidays are full of concerts.
Mm-hmm.
And it is usually a busy month for me and not always the most celebratory, because depending upon the nature of the concerts, it's just work. It's work, and for the audience it feels celebratory, but for the artists you've got to be sort of on top of your game and ready to deliver. The thing I love about Christmas, I said earlier, is gathering. Let's have a party. Let's get
Yeah.
together. Let's love one another. Let's celebrate one another. Let's chill. Like, life is really hectic. Life is really stressful. Let's chill. So after this concert on Saturday night, I will start my holiday chill.
Okay. And so do you go away? Do you leave the country? Do you go to the islands? Or are you at your house?
So this year I'll be at my house. I live in New Hallville here in New Haven. Like, when I moved home,
Yay!
absolutely. When I moved home, I was like, I am moving home.
I live in New Hallville, so I probably live close to you.
Okay, great. I grew up in the Hill, so I moved to the other side of the town when I came back. But I will be home. I love leaving the country. I won't. Well, I shouldn't say I won't, because I have not decided where I'm going the day after Christmas, and I set a little change aside to be able to give myself some options. So we're gonna see where I land. You follow my Facebook and Instagram. I'll let you know.
Dr. Lee, I've been caroling in this neighborhood I've been in this neighborhood for 5 years, and I've gathered people to carol. We caroled last night through the neighborhood a little bit.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Rehearsal.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can't come out and sing because you got to go sing. Like, you can't be out here messing around in the cold weather with us singing "Joy to the World." You got to go and preserve yourself. But I just wanted to put that out there because I want people to know that New Hallville is so vibrant and so lovely and well lit, and everybody's decorated. And
I will, here's what's interesting is growing up in New Haven, I'm a child of the late 80s, early 90s, mid 90s. It was a tough time in New Haven, and growing up in the Hill, was its own thing. And so I didn't come to New Hallville very much at all, except for really specific things. If they were family related, church related, I came in, I went back to you go back to your neighborhood. And so to live here now and to see the vibrancy of the neighborhood, to see people who own their homes, who are caring for their homes, who are caring for the neighborhood, who are looking out for one another. I walk to campus. I'm on faculty at the Yale School of Music. I walk to campus every day from here. And to see my neighbors and speak to the kids and speak to the adults, and to see everybody go inside because the weather is cold, and in April or May they'll be back outside on their stoops and on their porches, and it's what we do. Our older person for the ward lives across the street from me, and so staying involved in city politics and the such. Yeah, New Hallville is cool. It's real cool.
yeah, I think so. I live on Ivy Street. I live right on Ivy Street.
I'm right on Sheffield Avenue.
Oh, see, yeah. So I know where you are. I know.
Right around the corner.
That way. Yep, right around the corner. So, all right. So you've got this big concert coming up tomorrow, with 100 people. That's a lot, Dr. Lee.
There's a lot of people on stage. There are a lot of people on stage. But and this, for amateur musicians, this piece for amateur singers specifically, this piece is challenging again because it's not a bunch of tunes that are arranged.
Mm-hmm.
It is it really is peculiar. I'll use that word. They're doing phenomenally. They're doing phenomenally. But the other cool thing is that you will hear tunes that you know. There will be an arrangement of "Go Tell It on the Mountain." On the second half of the concert, I'm soloing with the choir on a spiritual "Glory to the Newborn King," and even in Saint Nicholas. The if anyone sort of goes to a very liturgical type of church service, you'll notice some of the music, the service music of your church will pop up in the cantata again, because so much of we don't often learn our history, and so much of American sort of Christianity ends up rooted in some ways in sort of European Christianity, and a lot of what is taken out of the Anglican Church in the UK specifically, as well as Catholicism, of course. But some of those tunes show up, so there will be some familiar things,
Mm-hmm.
but we'll be working to deliver a very different Christmas message than purely holly jolly.
Thank you. Well, I'm so glad you could join me, Dr. Lee. I don't know if I'm gonna make the concert, but it's on my calendar. But I know lots of people will be there because people love Allison, and they love this community choir. So
Allison is a firecracker.
yes, she has a lot of energy, that one. And so I know it'll be well received, and people it'll be just what people need. So I appreciate your time, and I will hold you in prayer, and enjoy this holiday season the best you can.
Thank you so much. And to your audience, thank you all for listening in, and I hope to see you Saturday.
Thank you, Dr. Lee. Merry
Thank you.
Christmas. All
Merry
right.
Christmas.
Thank you. All right, Harold, we're gonna hang out a little bit more, and then I'll call it a day in a few minutes. But folks are Dr. Lee is logging out, and we are this is my last show of 2024. It's a little strange. So what do I want for 2025? Oh my God. I want a new home, one that I can have as my own, that I can do what I want to and with, and entertain as many people as I want to, and hopefully it'll have a porch. I always want peace on earth. I want peace in my heart, peace in my community. I want everyone to be well fed. I want more of great conversations that I've had in 2024. I want even more in 2025. I want prosperity, like everybody else wants prosperity. I want Black people to thrive and be healthy. I want that for all people. I want peace. I can't stress peace enough, because we seem to just keep getting further and further away from peace. So I want peace on earth. I want peace in our communities. I want peace in people's homes. I want peace in people's hearts and minds. I've got lots of books to read from 2024. So I plan to make a bigger reading commitment in 2025. I don't know where the little library will go. Wherever I go, the little library will go, and hopefully it'll land in a community who will embrace it the way this community has embraced it and has loved on it and has supported it, and make it regularly to check in and check out books, which is a beautiful thing to sort of witness. And I hope the weather is still good for us in the Northeast. That's what I want. I grown up things. More art. I want to see more artistic things. I want to become good at playing the violin, better anyway. I want to go to more plays and concerts. I want to eat well. I want to eat more food. I want to travel a little bit more. And I want to be in law school. I want the rigorous study of law school. And I think I think 2025 is my time. I believe it. And I don't even imagine that I won't get in. I just feel like I will get in, and if not, you know what? We'll just keep pushing. There's no ceiling, there's no gates. Just keep pressing on and moving forward, and and just do all the things. So I'm wishing for all of y'all who supported, listened, stop me on the street, send me notes, text me, email me, holler at me. I'm wishing you all well. I am grateful to sit in this seat and to talk to y'all every single day from 9 to 11. It's really, really, really what I'm good at. And I feel like I'm good at it. And I love all the people that want to come on the show. We've built a nice following of folks. People want to come on this show and engage with me in conversation about whatever it is they got going on. And I'm very, very interested. I love hearing what people got going on. I support a lot of it. I love learning stuff that I didn't know. So it's good. It's good. It's good. And I hope 2025 will be more of that. More of that. So yeah, I can't say that I'm unhappy or any of that. I mean, challenges, yes, but we have the tools to deal with the challenges. We all have these tools, and if you feel like you don't have tools, inventory what you have, and then go get the tools you need so that you can live the life that you want. That's it. That's it. Because this is not a dress rehearsal. I don't know what happens when we take our final bow. I have no idea. I, like you, dream about the next realm or the afterlife or the next dimension, or where we end up. I dream just like you dream about, perhaps I'll see people who left us too soon. Maybe not. I don't know. I do know that while we are here, we have the responsibility, the opportunity, and the commitment and the care to live the very best possible lives for ourselves and to support other people living the very best possible lives for themselves. Do you know what I mean? Like, for other people to live their very best possible lives, you know. And if that requires sharing information and access and opening up the gates and smashing glass ceilings and kicking in doors and all the things that create barriers to the things that we love, it is our responsibility. What did Nikki Giovanni said? Love is a responsibility, and we should all just take it up as such. So Merry Christmas, Happy Yule, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy New Year. I'll see y'all in 2025. Y'all be sparkly and bright. If you want to sing tonight, come on over to Possible Futures at 6. If you want to write love letters, come on over to Possible Futures around 4 and hang out and write the world needs more love letters. And just come and be in community and fellowship and good cheer. Be of good cheer. I'll see y'all. Merry Christmas, Harry. Happy Hanukkah, Paul. And I'll see y'all in 2025. I'll be back January 6th. January 6th.
Christmas.
January 6th. Harry, I kind of wanted to hear Curtis Blow.
Merry little Christmas.
Christmas,
Let your
you know,
heart
you know.
be light. Next year, all our troubles will be out of sight.
I mean, I know this is Ella. I love Ella.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the
Yuletide gay.
And all through the
Hold
house.
it now, wait.
Yes, this is it, baby.
Don't you give me all that jive about things you wrote before I was alive. Cause this ain't 1823, ain't even 1970. Now I'm the guy named Curtis Blow, and Christmas is one thing I know. So every year, just about this time, I celebrate it with a rhyme.